Hi there and welcome to Google Jamboard. As you can see, Jamboard is a little bit simpler than some of the other G Suite tools. We're going to walk through a couple of the different icons that students can have and you can have to interact. The biggest thing to understand about Jamboard is it's a collaborative whiteboard at its most simplest form. It can be collaborative where any student can edit or you can make a copy, so it functions the same way that docs, slides, and sheets do in Google Classroom. We're going to talk about the laser pointer, but the biggest thing to know is that you can have only up to 20 slides, and at the end I'm going to show you the Jamboard version on your iPad. So here at the top is how Jamboard is set up. You have different kinds of arrows and frames. This lets you go to the next frame. If you want to look at the overview of all of the different frames within a Jamboard, simply tap on this button here at the top, and this allows you to preview everything and skip to exactly what you need. So the first thing I'm going to show you that you can do with a Jamboard is create a fun board game. These are different puzzle pieces, so as students and groups answer questions, feel free to move the pieces around the board. In order to get some of these pictures, the fastest way that you can do this is tap on the Insert Image icon. But we're going to tap on Google Image Search, and you can search for Jamboard icons. Oh, look at that. Here's all the different icons. Here's the blue one that I found earlier. And then tap on Insert. You can shrink any picture that you need, and you can rotate as needed, or you can also delete. The best thing about the image option is you can also upload your own if you would rather, or pull from Google Drive, depending on where the image is located. As you can see, this I cannot move. The board is stuck. This is because I changed the background. So whenever you add a new frame in Jamboard, it does start like this, plain white background. But Jamboard allows you to set and change any background. The benefit to a background is that students can't edit, so they can't accidentally delete something. You'll see some preset options like dot paper, even graph paper. What I did was I uploaded my own image into the background. So here's the upload option. Or I also can pull in from Google Drive, depending again where my photo is. Jamboard also has built-in pen tools over here on the left. So you have different thicknesses. You have pens, markers, highlighters, and a paintbrush. And then I can start using the pens to highlight some different features. So maybe here are some dots that I want to do, anything along those lines. On this one, you'll see that I have a quick little Venn diagram, and we can practice using the text feature. Students can add text, and they can move it around. So right now this is quite large, but if I shrink it, you'll see that the text fills the space. So I can shrink it to be whatever size that I need. I can rotate it, and I can also change the color. If I'm ready to wipe a jam free before next class, I quickly have the clear frame option. But you'll notice my background has not moved, another benefit to resetting the background. Jamboard also has sticky note options, which can be really great when you're in a pinch. So topic to help me with. So students can have access to up to 5 different colors. This one is transparent. And once they save, you'll see the sticky note's been added in the background, and then I can move it where it needs to go. I can either make it larger, I can make it smaller, I can rotate. Of course, you're wondering, what if something gets deleted? Can I go back in time? Can I see who made any edits? Yes, Jamboard is built into G Suite and has that capability. If you tap on the 3 dots, you'll see version history. My favorite is that you'll also see the options that you can rename a Jamboard, download it as a PDF, or save these for later. Here's another sticky note option. You can always project an image in Google Classroom, and all the students can collaborate in one place, sharing their different observations through sticky notes. This one, I'm going to show you how to use the shapes. So I'm going to add a sticky note and talk about the mitochondria. So here I've added my sticky note that is going to label the mitochondria of the cell. I'm going to move that over here. Okay, well, it's really not close enough to the icon that I need. So I'm going to use the shape options that are built into Jamboard. So you can see I've got circles, triangles, but I'm going to need the arrows. So I'm going to draw it first, and then I'm going to turn and rotate to the section that I need. So now I can easily label diagrams and use the shapes to help me. If I don't like the way that this shape looks, I can change the outline and I can change the fill. You can even make it transparent if you would like, but sometimes that makes it harder to see. Here's an example of a Frere model. So here I can use the text to type a definition. I can draw a picture using the pens, or I can still use that image option. Let's say I drew my example on a note card and I want to stick that on a Jamboard. That is where the camera option can be incredibly helpful. So maybe here's a picture of my work. I'm going to bring it to the front, tap on my picture, and tap insert. So that can be a really helpful option for students. If they've drawn something or if they wrote it on a piece of paper, they can still find a way to share it out. These last couple examples show how you can use Jamboard sticky notes in a little different way. This one happens to be using a timeline. So again, I can create and add sticky notes to talk about the different events. And the timeline, I can drop some titles here. Could be a quick essay graphic organizer. This can be a big brainstorming topic to use as a class or even students in a group for a project. And then the last one is a mind map. All of these look a little bit time intensive because none of these backgrounds were available in Jamboard. So I'm going to show you how to create your own Jamboard and then where to find some amazing templates that are free for you to access. So I'm going to open up a new tab in Google, and this is kind of my homepage where it takes me. Creating a Jamboard, you have a couple different options. You can either tap on this waffle icon, this 3x3, and you'll see Jamboard as one of your options. If it's not where mine is located, you may need to scroll down and you'll find other places down here. So maybe I'm going to bring this up. Oh, look at that. I can actually rearrange all of these icons. So maybe cloud search, let's bring this up. Maybe Gmail comes to the top. So you can see that I've organized all of these as my top group. So I'm going to tap on the Jamboard icon. And here's your dashboard. So you'll see all the different Jamboards that you've accessed or you've needed. Here is where you'll find the plus option to create a brand new Jamboard. And here you've started. That's the first option. Here is my better and favorite option. Type jam.new in Chrome. And then you'll just tap the enter key. And guess what? You get a brand new blank Jamboard ready to go. Also works with all the other G Suite tools. Tap on the title so that you can rename it something important so you remember what it is. We've already talked about setting backgrounds and clearing the frames. If you need to add more, simply tap on the plus. My favorite is if you make a template and you want, let's say, 5 of duplicates. So maybe each group gets a different frame. If you create one template that you like, tap on your 3 dots, and then you can quickly duplicate as many as you need. When you're ready, I would share it through Google Classroom so that you can preset it to view only, all kids can edit, or every student gets a copy. In order to get some customized Jamboard backgrounds, Canva is one of my favorite go-to places. You can actually search for the Jamboard content. Oh, look at that. Jamboard backgrounds. Let's see what Canva has for me. And look at this. All of these you may customize. Some of these may look familiar because I use them. Just whenever you're done creating it, save it to your computer so that when you're ready to set the background, you can easily upload it from where it's located. Another amazing place is Esther Park. If you check out her website, under her free resources is where I went to. You'll see I have a choice board template, I have information gap, teach me your name, desktop wallpaper. But if you keep scrolling, you'll actually see even more. So here's a scratch and guess Jamboard. You'll see a bunch of different kinds of options, a quick check-in for Jamboard. She also offers some Spanish versions as well as Google Slide versions. So depending on what best fits your needs, you'll be able to access those. Here's how you can open Jamboard on your iPad. Go ahead and sign in with your same Google account so that everything can sync up. Tap on any Jamboard that you'd like. The best thing about using your iPad for Jamboard is going to be some of the pen features. Notice you can still tap through each of the different frames if you would like. Go ahead and tap a pen, and you're going to see a couple of assistive drawing tools. Obviously, your colors aren't going to change. I'm going to tap on the shape one first. This is a smart shape tool. So rather than quickly drawing a circle that gets super, super messy, all you can do is draw a square, you can draw a box, and Jamboard will automatically use its smart interface to determine which shape you actually drew. So this works for hearts, this can work for circles, and notice once you've designed it, you can rotate it. The next one I'm going to show you is the Smart Pen. So here is my personal favorite simply because I'm not a great drawer. So I'm going to draw some cats, some triangles, maybe some eyes, and we'll see what it thinks. And then Google will let you select which picture it thinks it's actually doing. So here's a tree. Isn't that lovely? Thank goodness for Google, who makes them smart. And that is your assistive drawing tool. This could be a really fun game to do with Pictionary. Notice you still have a laser pointer, and you can pull in a bunch of different things, including stickers. Stickers are only available on the iPad version of Jamboard, one of my favorite tools that you can have access to. If you have any other questions about Jamboard, feel free to visit our EdTech Nest. If you use the drop-down arrow for G Suite, you'll see that Jamboard is one of those options. On this particular page, you'll see a brief overview of Jamboard. You'll see even more templates that you can ever dream of. Thank you so much for joining. I can't wait to see what you create and what your students use Jamboard for.